Well, tonight we have surprising new developments in an exclusive 11 Alive investigation. Our investigation has been looking into questionable spending of your tax dollars by Atlanta City Councilman Michael Julian Bond. Those questionable expenditures caused the city to open an ethics investigation into Bond. 11 Alive's investigative reporter Katie Beck broke this story 3 weeks ago and tells us tonight that the questionable spending continues.
In our first report, we questioned why Bond was spending tax dollars on party favors for his high school reunion, thousands on private tutoring for himself, and showing a pattern of taking city trips without submitting receipts. Our cameras also followed Bond on a city trip to Washington, D.C. the same weekend as his family reunion. Very soon after, and even after an ethics probe, Bond would be hopping a flight again, and so would we.
It turns out Bond took an $1,100 cash advance from the city to travel to Boston for a reunion last weekend. The reunion was for a 3-week class he took at Harvard in 2011. Bond stayed at a boutique hotel in Cambridge with several other of his classmates. The majority of the reunion itinerary was made up of social gatherings, which for the most part Bond did not attend. But we did see him arriving 20 minutes late to this group discussion on Friday afternoon, lasting about 2 hours. Our cameras didn't see Bond leave the hotel again until 3 on Saturday, which is when we decided to ask him some questions about his trip.
We need to talk to you about the nature of this trip. It's for another reunion. Paid for by the city.
No, it's not paid for by...
Yes, it is. You provided the travel documents. We have them.
Like his trip to Washington, D.C., Bond defends this trip to Boston as city business. We'll have more details on what Bond did in Boston, more of our questions, and his answers tonight at 11. Katie Beck, 11 Alive News.
Still ahead.